Please bow your head. Lord, we thank you for the weather today. We thank you for this great event. We pray that you'll bless all of us. Watch over the drivers, watch over the cars, keep everybody safe. We just have a fun time, and the glory goes to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Roger. Your former mayor here, asking the good Lord for a little bit of protection. He's done a good job for us this year. He turned the heat up on us early on in this event, but we've been safe and we've been having fun. It's absolutely beautiful weather today. I think we could go ahead and do our national anthem at Great Race. We're real proud of this country of ours. Where is Alyssa and Mariah? Have they sneaked up behind me? You guys can share this mic. It's plenty hot. So come over here with the fence so they can see your lovely faces. Everybody, please rise and remove your hats. We got our nation's colors right here. Alyssa and Mariah.
1, 2, oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome to Lamar, boys. Absolutely incredible car, Scott. Yeah, Jason and I learned early on when that car comes through. Colorado's driving. Mitch Minsky from Stratton, Colorado's navigating. 35 Ford Speedster. They're in the Sportsman division. This is their second race. Welcome to Colorado. Head on up there. That car, by the way, when it was born, that was Jim's grandfather's car when it still had a trunk.
Coming around the corner here, sweet little 1938 Ford 5-window coupe. Brian Shoemaker from Damon, Texas. He couldn't find him a navigator there in Texas, so he hopped across the pond, got Carl Few from Messingham, England to be his navigator. They are rookies. Welcome to Lamar, boys. Show off this car. That's a sweet little car known as Maxine. Belonged to another great race team for many, many. 1932 Ford, all Henry Ford steel. It's a Victoria body. Dave Reeder out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. His grandson, Sawyer Stone from Plymouth, Michigan. We celebrated Sawyer's 30th birthday the first day of the race this year. Sawyer and Dave have been doing this thing for a long time. Sawyer, the navigator, got his first gig at 9 years old navigating. At 13, he won the race. This is Grand Champion team, 32 Ford Victoria, Stone Age Racing.
Driving, Jim Cottle from Peking, Illinois is navigating in the 8th great race for this team. 61 Volkswagen Beetle Ragtop in the Sportsman division. This is Bob's daily driver out there in California. You know, it's not like here. It never rains. It's always sunny and 70s. He's just chilling with the top back. Good job, Bob. Head on in there. Public service announcement real quick. But first, Team 6, Lawrence Betancourt and his beautiful wife Lori from Newcastle, California in a 33 Chevrolet Master Coupe. They're in their 3rd great race together. This couple's been married for 38 years. If you can't get together in a big old house, I don't know how you do it in that little car, but they manage. They always come in smiling. Lawrence is a retired fire chief.
1969 Chevrolet Camaro Super Sport. Big block car, Guillermo Reinhardt out of San Antonio, Texas. Aaron Roberts out of San Antonio, the navigator. Sweet little car here, wonderfully restored. It's big block, hitting a lick, Scotty.
Team 24, Garrett Jenkins from McCall, Alabama is driving. We've got Craig Rubright from Clearwater, Florida is navigating in a 37 Ford Tudor sedan street rod. Dilly Dilly, this is their 9th race together. If you guys can head on up there. If you look at that car and think to yourself, well, these cars don't race hard. They're 65 Olds 442 convertible. Paul Joubert from Boston, Massachusetts is driving. His lovely wife, Beverly Hand from Boston, Massachusetts is navigating. They're in the sportsman division, and this is their 2nd year. Head on up there. Welcome. Team 5, a mother-daughter team. The daughter Della Smith from Seattle, Washington is navigating in a 64.5 Ford Mustang Coupe. Anna has her own YouTube channel talking about Model A's and restorations. It's an awesome channel. And lovely Della over there just graduated high school this spring and is heading to University of Southern California in the fall. So they got a lot of life changes going, but this is, I think, their 3rd great race together in that car. They're an awesome team. Sisters, Kathy Harper from Jefferson, Texas is driving. Bridget Tice from St. Augustine, Florida is navigating a 65 Mercury Comet. They're there in the sportsman division. 3rd, how many races is this? 3rd great race. And this is actually a 3-speed on the column shift car. They're doing it with all their unicorns in there. Head on up there, ladies. Father and brother are hopefully coming around here in a little bit. They've been following each other in every day. This is Team 78 out of Maine. This big old lobster right here running through Colorado. Ed Chapman from Gardner, Maine's driving. Guy McDowell from Bath, Maine's navigating in a 48 Ford 4-door sedan with a big old flathead V8 in that car. Here.
Absolutely spectacular Pontiac GTO here. 2-wheeled Mary Stahl from Grosse Pointe, Michigan, your driver. Her husband, Ted, hanging on for dear life in the navigator seat. The Stahl family brings several cars every year. We love seeing them here. It's a family affair. They got kids driving cars with grandkids in the cars. Tremendous supporters of Great Race. They're going to host a spring rally.
.com. We'll talk about that more in a minute. But right now we got Team 51, the Epples, Dan and Brad from Jefferson City, Missouri. We've got Dan in there driving. He's the son. We've got Dad, Brad, in the passenger seat navigating in a 34 Ford pickup truck. They're in the expert division. This car is pretty rare, this truck right here. We believe there's only 3 of these left. This one racing the race. One of them's in a museum, and the other one we're not real sure where it's at. But an old produce truck traveling in the race.
From a little Model B produce, California, Steve and Janet Hedke. Daughter Allie in the back. Car as slick as you want it to be. Steve and Janet love to visit old ballparks around the country. Now that they got a little free time, we got Janet retired from Walt Disney Company, a full career there.
Team 58, they are Ken Fredette from Karen Crow. I tell you, every day I pronounce it different, but it's out there in Louisiana, or down there in Louisiana. Cheryl Hutchinson from Gilbert, Arizona. She's a Fredette also in this 36 Ford 5-window coupe. And this is Ken's 9th great race, Cheryl's 1st. She's obviously can't take that rookie because she's riding around with Ken, so he's done it before. But y'all head on up there. They've told us that the entire Fredette clan that they know of are all in the race this year, following along or actually driving.
Pretty special car here if you're into old bow ties. Check it out, a 1961 Chevrolet Nomad station wagon with the W-Motor 409 in it. My friend Ken Walsh from Purcellville, Virginia, hanging on for dear life driving this car. Evan Myricks from Leesburg, Virginia, the engine builder of this 409. Sweet little wagon here. Ken's collection. He's got a whole collection of 409s there in Virginia. We're going to stop
back in there. This is Team 82, a father-daughter team. Jeff Hermanson, dad from Culver, Indiana, is driving. Kylie Hermanson from Fort Wayne, Indiana, is navigating in a 39 Ford pickup truck. They're in the expert division. They won it all, or won the sportsman class in 2021 on their 6th grade, or this is their 6th grade race. That was their 4th grade race. So they got a lot of ace stickers on there. Dad and daughter figuring it out. Head on in there, guys. Thank you.
Behind the little barrel nose pickup truck, check out this monstrous 1916 Hudson Super 6 Series H. Brad Phillips from Maryland, your driver. Dan Stahl from Michigan, his trusty navigator. 5 great races together. I dialed up a little bit of a crowd, a killer junkyard I hope you saw, and absolutely gorgeous terrain, Brad.
Yeah, this is awesome. And my wife and I lived in Colorado for a long time, so I feel like we're kind of coming home again. This is great. Love these roads out here. Beautiful. Awesome day.
Brad and Dan, welcome to Lamar. The weather is just perfect. Had some trouble. They were plagued with flat tires. I think 4 of them they had to change on this car. Used up all their inventory and all of their buddies that owed them something.
Team 107 in a 52 Dodge M37 military truck. Dominic Celia from Utica, New York is driving. Samuel from Whitesboro, New York is navigating. They're in the sportsman division. 3rd race in that truck, and it is still as beautiful.
Coming around the corner here, some veterans. These are expert division competitors, husband and wife out of Simpsonville, Kentucky. Retired state trooper Gary Martin, your driver. The lovely Miss Jean Ann, his trusty navigator. 3 times they've won the most aces, an award for an event. It's very difficult to achieve any ace, and they stack them up like cordwood. Gary and Jean Ann Martin from the bluegrass state of Kentucky. Little 32 Ford 5-window coupe.
Team 12, a sleek little 55 Studebaker President. Anna Gret Reichman from Kirkland, Washington's driving. Yuli Kamals from Kirkland, Washington's navigating. They're in the expert division. Awesome story about this little 55 Studebaker and Anna Gret. She said it straight the first day. We asked, how they got here, and she looked.
It's in a 1955 car. Here we have a beautiful 68 Chevrolet Camaro. It's a super sport. Ken Kiley, Mike Roberts out of the Lone Star State of Texas. Welcome to Lamar, Colorado. Show it off, boys. I love this car. I've been trying to buy that car for the sticker price for 4 years now. He has not given in to my pleas. Killer car here, ordered by the FBI coming around the corner. Federal Bureau of Investigation ordered this Coronet. It's a 4-door. It's got the most important option you could ever check on a car. It's a 426 cubic inch Hemi motor. Our Hemmings Motor News title sponsor, Brian and Melissa Clark, are piloting. Oh, they got the whole crew in there. Bruce Havens, Stephen Hebert, all the way down there from Louisiana, rocking it out. Come on in here and show it off. The Hemmings crew had a big black Chevelle that had some trouble, so they all piled in that Hemi Coronet. They've been doing the thing.
Team 96, husband and wife Dan Martin from New Brunsfield, Texas is driving. Pat from New Brunsfield, Texas is navigating in a 48 Old Series 76 in the sportsman division. They started racing in a 65 Corvette, decided they were going to drop back to this 48 Olds for a better factor, a better handicap, give or take, and woo, long dry spell. That Team 162, John Nathan Schritzmeyer from New York, father and son in the sportsman division in the 3rd race in that teal LTD. Here we go. You got this.
1932 Ford. My friends, Josh Hull, Trevor Stahl out of Roanoke, Virginia. They are the reigning grand champions of last year's great race. Long time coming for these boys. So this car is a good example of our nation's colors, which we're proud of. But look at all these ace stickers all the way down either side of it. Josh and Trevor, come on in here. They're in the thick of it again this year. 32 Ford. Listen to Henry's flathead roar. So last night at dinner, I wanted to get a steak
All over their car. They are chomping at that bit. They're in the expert division right now, but it's not going to be long. Maybe even this year. I don't know. I haven't checked the scores, but they are wearing it out. They're taking those grand champions and letting them feel the pressure behind them. So eventually, you're going to be looking at a grand champion father-daughter team right there before it's done.
coming. He's won. I've seen about 20,000 of them so far. 1932 Ford Cabriolet from down south in Georgia. Jody Knowles from Tyrone. Beth Gentry from Noonan, Georgia. They are grand champions from 2001 in a 41 Ford pickup truck. Eric Frankenberger from San Ramon, California. Aaron Reed from Scottsdale, Arizona, navigating. They've been racing together for 6 years. And the team NART, North American Racing Team. Good job, fellas. Another question we get asked. Get great race director Jeff Stum to come up here and see if I can't strike a deal for this great crowd, Lamar. Chad and Jenny Caldwell from Noonan, Georgia, in a drop-dead gorgeous 31 Auburn Bowtail Speedster. Got the little wolf whistle going for me there. Stunning car. Easily could be sitting there being a fat cat in a museum. So turn with the steering wheel on the front of that car is a pretty cool feature. That was a major option on an already expensive car, and right there before the Depression. Definition of Art Deco right there. Coming in here, a little 32 Ford 5-window coupe from down in Noonan, Georgia, Olivia and Jenna Gentry. That's the Sweet Victory Apparel 32 Ford. They jumped in the race and won the rookie division first time out. Team 131, a father-son team. Jim Newman from Delray Beach, Florida is driving. Howard Newman from Chicago, Illinois is navigating. A 67 Jaguar XKE Series 1 Roadster. They're in the rookie division. This car's been in the family for 22 years. And here they are traveling around their first time ever in the great race. And you're almost there, fellas. Almost there. We dropped the humidity a little bit for you, brought out the sun, some cooler temperatures. So head on up there and welcome to Colorado. I say head on up there, you're almost there. I mean, you're almost at your parking. Little folks, we got to park some cars down there, so please check the cars out, but keep the center of the street open. We're going to send them down. Believe me, you don't want to get hung up underneath this 1967 Pontiac Bonneville convertible. Big, beautiful car from General Motors. My friend Trinity Barger from Statesville, North Carolina is driving this car. Dear old dad, Pete, navigation duties. In the most comfortable car in the race. They got the top up doing the thing. Sweet wide 8 Pontiac lug pattern on this. Pete and Trinity are rookies, not at life but at great race. They've been having a large time. There's Southern Distilling sponsorship on their car. That's their family business. They've messed around. Race royalty rolling around the corner. Team 27, Howard and Doug Sharp from Fairport, New York. Howard's driving. Doug, his son, is navigating in a 16 Hudson Pikes Peak Hill Climber. They're sponsored by Stahl's Automotive Collection. 27 races together, and they were the 2010 Ace champions. That was way back when old Jeff Stum was in the car, right? Yeah, that's a long time ago. And these boys right here, 3-time grand champions, 2011, 2015, 2019. Look at all the stickers on that car. Those are aces. That's perfect times at a checkpoint, every one of those. And they are quietly, smoothly rolling around the corner. Husband and wife team, the Shack. It's Roger and Esther from Coral Springs, Florida. Some cool cats right here in their air-conditioned car. We were all pretty jealous, and thankfully Esther kept I think she was trying to pull me through the window, and this isn't all going to go through that window, but they've got this thing air conditioned, and they were, while everyone else was out sweating 110. Oh, she's trying to cool me down. Yeah, I got you. It was awesome. They were chilly and we were all sweating, but they're in a 57 Chevy Bel Air. They know how to do it. This is their 12th great race together. Yeah, ask a young person under 10 years old if they know where to fill the fuel on that. 1969 Saab Model 96. The first few years of this model were 2-stroke engines. This particular model year had a Ford-sourced V4 engine. It was half of a 289 V8. Really unusual drivetrain. It's a front drive car. Brian Blood, Steve Keller from McLean, Virginia. This team has stacked up a tremendous number of aces in this little Model 96 Saab. Team Sharks Racing.
Tennessee. We credit ourselves from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, but I will tell you, if you actually look at where we live, we are in Las Casas. Las Casas, Tennessee. You're not going to hear about it very often. This driver right here is neighbors of ours, Kurt Bugg from Las Casas, Tennessee. His son, Travis, is over there navigating. He's from Nashville. They're in a 61 Nash Metropolitan, and they're in the sportsman division. They tried this game last year. They decided they're going to come back and get better at it. They were looking good last night on the score sheet, so you're breaking in the top 10 for scores yesterday, which was awesome. So head on in there. We like to tease them that they are the one team that is guaranteed that no one's going to break into their car overnight, because they can lift that up, take it in, and put it in.
Oh my word. When it was so hot, some of the 40s Fords, the flatheads were taking the hoods on and off. You do what you got to do. Oh, that's hotel towels underneath the come-along strap to keep the hood on it. That way it's a quick release, right? That's a quick release. Shane Clark, Tom Farron's convertible, movie-themed grease lightning. Come on in here and show it off. That's straight down the middle. We got parking down at the end.
Team 68, Colorado Springs, is navigating. We've got 52 Hudson Hornet Club Coupe. They're in the rookie division, first time ever. We've got Kamiko back there in the back, waving, having a blast. And Coco, the dog, is Coco is out. Y'all wore Coco out. Coco is sleeping. We've got a dog back there that's been riding. They've been in the back riding the whole race. They got out a couple days when it was super hot, but they're doing it. Great family event, fun, friends and family hanging out in the car, driving across country. Head on in there. You're going all the way down the line. Ladies and gentlemen, watch your toes. That is a wide piece of machinery.
1964 and a half Mustang, Mallory Henderson from Denver, Colorado, your navigator. Mallory, originally from Mobile, Alabama, started great racing with her dad in X Cup. She's dragged her boyfriend Jack Fruin from Birmingham, Alabama, along for this adventure. I saw this car with the hood up on the side of the road. Were we just doing a gut check? Only one more day to go, folks. Sportsman division competitors. We lost Mallory's dad a few years ago, but he instilled in her the old car business and the X Cup program. Now has a scholarship named after her late father. She got her boyfriend.
So I think they're heading on through bypassing lunch. They're eating light today and getting back out there to try to get back on schedule. This is Tom Luttrell from Galax, Virginia. He's driving. We've got Nathaniel over there, Donnelly out of Mouth of Wilson, Virginia, navigating, and Rachel somewhere, Griffin, Waxhaw from North Carolina, navigating a 59 Plymouth Belvedere. This is one of those X Cup teams, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Tom right here. Dr. Tom has been doing this for 14 years, and he brings kids with him every time. He has 2 different kids at least that rotate out every day. You can head on up there, Tom. Thank you. But 14 years of bringing kids into the old car, great race game, and keeping these cars. Before Christine LaMountain from Oxford, Massachusetts is driving. Peter LaMountain from Oxford, Massachusetts is navigating a 32 Ford 5-window coupe. This is Peter's 8th race, and their 6-month anniversary was at the start of the race. They just got married over Christmas, and now they're racing.
1970 Camaro Z28 here. It's Tracy Silpy from Palm Beach, Florida. Who's in the car there? Young Ava, her navigator. This old gal here is my hero. She told me right up front it's Team My Carrot Racing. And I was like, wait, carrot with a K? And she said, yeah, instead of a big fat ring, she wanted a muscle car. Check this bad car out, 70 Z28. But the other day, she kind of flicked her finger out the window a little bit. I think she found a way to get both of those things. Come on in here and show it all. Sweet white oval radials from Coker Tire Company. They look perfect on that car, by the way. Nicest 1968 Kaiser Jeep Wagoneer you've ever seen. Father and son team out of Canada. Dan McNaughton from Oro Medonte, Ontario. Keel McNaughton, the navigator from Edmonton, Alberta. 1968 Wagoneer. They restored this truck several years ago on the outside. They've finally gotten all the way through the interior. As a country boy, I have declared that we could no longer take this truck in the woods. It is officially too nice, but it's the perfect great race sled. They can put all their junk in the back and still got room for 2, 3, or 4 people in that back bench seat.
I may look. No navigator. They're doing the navigating, the driving, the speedometer watching, everything all by themselves. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, girls, looky here. Andrea LaBarbera from Foxborough, Massachusetts, in a 34 Indian 4-cylinder motorcycle. She's doing it. We passed her motorcycle in any color that DuPont painted at the time, and that bike was red.
Coming around the corner, 1964 Jaguar XKE. Fixed head coupe. My friend Ed Overmeyer from Ooltewah, Tennessee, your driver. His navigator, Chuck Fisher from Louisville, Kentucky, the Bluegrass State. This is a car of firsts. First car, production car, to have 4-wheel disc brakes. First production car, 150 miles per hour. First production car with independent rear suspension. Enzo Ferrari himself declared this the most beautiful sports car ever produced. No small language from a man whose job it was to create beautiful sports cars. Ed and Chuck sporting this slick little 64 Jag. This car manufactured in Coventry, England, July 4th, 1963. It celebrates 60 years, its birthday, just next week, or in a few days, actually. Carl and Mary Webster, 1957 Porsche Tribute. My friends from St. Charles, Missouri, husband and wife team, in their 5th grade race together. Come on and show it all. This car wrapped in a classic Gulf livery color schemes, sponsored by Cap Gator.
But they also loved the other thing. Last year they came and followed the race along. Last year at the end of the race, we found out that Hurricane Ian had gone through Florida, wiped out their house and their car and flooded everything. They lost the thing. He turns around and finds another thing just like the first thing, and now he's looking for another thing. So they love things. They're a great family, racing the thing cross country and making it happen.
Tom Hicks and Paul Springer, Connecticut bunch, in this beautiful 1917 Hudson Super 6. This is a legendary great race car. These gents have the lovely honor of piloting around. They got the bonnet off to let the big 6-cylinder breathe. Come on in here and show it off, guys. An absolutely gorgeous car. Pretty funky little muscle car rolling around the corner here. From 1971, AMC Javelin AMX trim on this car. Hank Mull out of Emerald Isle, North Carolina. Daryl Hedrick from Neosho, Missouri. His trusty navigator. 360 cubic inches of cool car here. They got it restored up with hood pins and slick black paint. Absolutely love this car. 5th great race together for Hank and Daryl. Come on in here and show it off. We got a running joke that a Camaro and a Mustang and a Challenger had a late Friday night partying, and that was that's his favorite thing. 1948 Ford Coupe. This is an X-Cup team, one of 2 from Auburn, Indiana. Jack Pontius, Connor Miller, Kennedy Pontius. This Auburn team, we love these kids. They have a spectacular program there. Come on in here and show it off. Little Ford, they've got the quick release hood in action here to let the car breathe and be cool. Behind them, a little 1970 Volkswagen Carmen Ghia. Ron Rowland from Smyrna, Georgia. They are expert division competitors. Team Wind-Up Key. Slick little Carmen Ghia from 1970. My best friends here hanging out today.
Kramer from Tallahassee, Florida is driving. Mark Kramer from Tallahassee, Florida is navigating in a 46 Hudson Super 6 pickup truck, 3,500 made. This is a true USA truck made in 46. The Hudson truck, I tell you, it's awesome. This is the real deal. It probably not made in this color. Beautiful metallic, kind of dark berry color there, but y'all can head on up there. But this truck is not chopped, it's not stretched. That's the way that truck comes off came off the Team 101, a husband and wife, Chris and Beth Kep from Asbury, New Jersey. Chris is driving, Beth is navigating in the 73 Chevy Camaro. This is the original 350 4-speed in this car. Their 2nd great race together. Head on up there, Chris. Chris was telling us at registration that he went to go get that car painted and realized that Sam Barnett from Birmingham, Alabama is navigating. They're in a 46 Ford Business Coupe in the Sportsman division. Craig has 3 cars with students in them this week. As if it's not bad enough and enough stress to drive and navigate and get to town on time to the second, but he's got to sit there and make sure that everyone's laundry's washed and their stuff's taken care of and all the stuff, all the work's done. They got a whole crew of people helping him out. Nate over here and his lovely wife in the green shirt helping out. But yeah, a whole crew here bringing kids into the whole race and the old car hobby. So thank you all. Head on up there, get your lunch. Team 80 is navigating in a 70 Chevy Corvette 454 4-speed in the sportsman division. And I had a deal worked on this car. I thought sure I was going to get to drive it home, and they just hand me the title. And then yesterday they came in with all these aces, and now all of a sudden they've changed their minds. I'm going to drive a rookie or a rental car to the airport, I guess. But we'll see what happens the rest of the day. But glad you're here, fellas. Cool brothers right there in an awesome car.
My friend Andy, he runs them on his little pickup truck back there. I'm going to hook him up after this race. 1969 Olds 442. It's the Clan Ferretti, mom and dad, John and Diane, dragging the kids, Karina and Dominic, along. Dominic there in the navigator seat. It's the whole family, Team 100 in their rookie Great Race campaign. It's almost behind us, folks. Huge smiles on this family. We're so glad to have the Ferrettis here. Come in and show it off. 69 Olds 442 convertible. Wonderful muscle car. Traditional hot rod. Christian Reichert out of Santa Monica, California. Bill Novish from Adel, Iowa is his navigator. Hot rod little Model A. This thing is bad to the bone. We could have some good times on some dirt roads in this little car.
Shake from Dallas, Texas is driving. Adrian Bordelme from Ponder, Texas is navigating in a 63 Chevy Impala. They're in their sportsman division, second year in the Great Race. All right, this car right here, this is an awesome team. Team 130. I see what you're doing there, Lynn. Lynn Treater from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada is driving. Christoph Lay from Vienna, Austria is navigating. They're in the sportsman division. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the team I was telling you way back when we started this game today. This team met overseas in Mongolia, became friends. They've raced everywhere. Peking to Paris, the road to Mandalay, Rally of the Incas. There's stickers all over this thing. If you want to see something you'll probably never see before in your life and probably never see again, this car right here has circumnavigated the globe. It has raced in every continent, all over the world. Good job, fellas. And they met in Mongolia. Not in high school. Not in college. 1955 Buick Roadmaster convertible. They're in the sportsman division. Some brothers, their second great race. Forrest Ayler from Davie, Florida is driving. George Ayler from Southwest Ranches, Florida is navigating. I watched you in the parking lot this morning getting this thing all shined up. This is a 20-year-old paint job on this car, and it is just as sleek as ever. It looks like it's just got water running on it. I was watching to see what you were using because you were using some sort of magic, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know how you've done it, but this is an awesome car. We talk about it every day, but these guys are racing this car cross country. Got some ace stickers on there, and they're having fun. Brothers running the family car around. Bumper sticker there on the back that says "Don't follow me, I'm lost." That's a fun there.
It's team number 1, 3Gen Racing. Patrick Lauber out of Canton, Ohio. Ron Smith, his navigator from Avon Park, Florida. 1934 Ford pickup truck. Gorgeous truck. 6 races for these old boys in this little pickup truck. Patrick and Ron, they are the leadership of 3Gen Racing, if you will. Come on in here and show it off. Little 34 Ford running Henry's Flathead V8 in it.
Town, Indiana is driving. Gavin Swift from Auburn, Indiana is navigating. We've got Leo's navigating today. Leo Powell from Leo, Indiana is navigating. They're in a 41 Ford four-door sedan in the X-Cup division. This is one of the early Ford V8 X-Cup teams. They're team number 1 out of the early Ford V8 team from the National Auto and Truck Museum in Indiana. Head on in there, fellas, get your food. But this is one of those student groups that early them interested again in cars. Team 118 right here, Rich Hamilton from Tacoma, Washington is driving. Kyle Skinner from Tacoma, Washington is navigating. 69 Olds Cutlass convertible in the rookie division, their first time ever in the great race. They've almost made it to the end. One whole day today, a half a day of racing tomorrow to Colorado Springs, and they will be there. No longer rookie.
Our time in, first car in this evening, right up the road at 4 p.m. So I'm going to have to jet out of here so I can beat them there. 1970 Ford Torino GT, gorgeous muscle car. Roy Sundstrom, Jim Murphy from the great state of Canada. He's got a the great state of Canada. You didn't get that? He's got a wonderful maple leaf tattoo on his arm. I told him I was going to make him show it off all around here. Roy and Jim competing in the sportsman's division. Under 4,000 of these cars made. Little Torino GT ragtop. Oh, there's your little maple leaf flag. That's lovely. Come on in here and show it off, boys. What a cool car. Don't see a whole lot of Torino GTs at all. Where Christian Maxura and Nathan Deppelhuer is the whole team of young people. They're not all in this car. They're close to it. Come on in here and show it all, boys. We are fired up about our X-Cup teams. Young people doing this in a 1950 Ford Custom, little bullet nose car. Curious. 1968 Chevelle convertible. It's a super sport big block car. Father and son team. David Hosack, their driver, out of Asheville, North Carolina. Brant Hosack out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, is his navigator. Team Hosack. Sportsman division competitors, 68 Chevelle convertible, beautifully restored car. Before they come in, I'm going to meet the man in the red shirt. Thank y'all so much.
Team 41 right here in a 1950 Ford F1 truck. Dan Rudenberg from Winter Haven, Florida is driving. His daughter, Maddie from Reddick, from Winter Haven, Florida is navigating. And they're in the rookie division. She's got Matt on the door over there, but don't be scared of her. I have yet to see her frown. She's having a pretty good week. Their best times ever yesterday. They got their good old American shirts on today. Love that father-daughter team in their first race ever. Families here. And these two boys right here, Willie Moore from Baltimore, Maryland's driving. Hal Burnett from Winston-Salem, North Carolina is navigating in a 51 Chevy Styleline Deluxe station wagon. They're in the rookie division, first ever. These fellas have known each other since nursery school. They've been around it for a long time, decided they were going to put a car in the great race and travel around country together. Spend a couple sweaty weeks with each other. We are happy to see this team. David and Ethan Brogdon from Birmingham, Alabama. Dad is driving, son is navigating a 40 Cadillac convertible Series 62. The blue pearl color, beautiful pearl. And this is the third race together, the Brog Dogs, and they are back up and running, and welcome to Colorado. Another brother team coming in. Always chilling, going back out again, but yet they have ace stickers on there. So somehow or another, they are stressing and getting it done, but they are cool when they come into town. This is Rich Lederer from Arlington, Vermont, driving around his brother Bruce from Cambridge, Massachusetts, in a 71 Buick GS convertible. And this is Rich's father-in-law's car when it was purchased new, and it's been in the family ever since. So welcome to Colorado, fellas. Got lunch in there for you. Fame here that we're going to talk about real quick. We got a minute. We got we've got Don and Gloria Waller, who were in the 1983 first great race, and some royalty. I'm going to let you talk for just a minute if you don't mind.
Well, we got involved in this in April, and we only had 42 days to get a car ready. So we bought a car and got it completely rebuilt it, trailered it to Anaheim, California, and it cost $10,000 to enter the race then, and that was a lot of money. We sold belt buckles that were registered with a picture of the car and my name, Great American Race 1983, and that was the way we funded our trip from California. We went southern route where it was hot, and more hot. So I know what all you contestants are facing, keeping these cars cool. And we went to Dallas on up to Wichita to Kansas City, where it broke down. I spent all night rebuilding the rear end, and went on to St. Louis. Finished at Indianapolis with a trip around the brick oval. It was quite an experience. Met a lot of people, and it's very inviting to do it again. That was 40 years ago today.
That's awesome. Give it up for these great racers. Amazing story. Thank you all for coming up here and pointing that out. Thank my family for pointing that out over there. We've got the Christian's dad was in that little red Ford pickup truck with the Coke cooler in the back of it. These fellas right here crossed the pond to do this. We've got Fraser Jones from Portland, Maine driving, Steve Williamson from Wexham, Buckinghamshire, United Kingdom. Did you catch that? It's been all week. I got all that mouthful thrown out there. And they're in a 62 Jaguar MK2 in the rookie division. Their first time ever in the great race. Head on in there, fellas. Get you some lunch. 62, that's what I said, a 62 Jaguar. The Brits get a little mouthy once in a while. Don't you hit me. Yeah, we've got a little battle going on here. I'm not sure what I did to Gail earlier in the week, but she has been holding it against me. This is a 71 Pontiac GTO convertible. We've got Jack Bortolini over there from Southborough, Massachusetts in the navigator seat. He's telling Gail what to do. I'm pretty sure the way she acts towards me, she's not really listening too well, but this is Gail, his lovely wife from Southborough, Massachusetts. I'm not giving you the microphone, Gail. You want to talk? Is that what you said? Don't mess with my hand. Get up there. Get up there. You got something to eat. And she doesn't even have her seatbelt on. I think that's a law, Gail. Having a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee rental car, and it might as well break down. It's about the same. So this is Team 86. John and Joyce Lukey from Columbus, Indiana. John's driving, his lovely wife Joyce is navigating in a 65 Rambler Ambassador convertible. You don't see very, it may screw them up really bad to where they end up with 30 minutes instead of 2 seconds. So you got to be really careful with that. Team 44, we've got a Florida couple here, Bill and Katie Posey from Rockledge, Florida. Bill's driving, Katie's navigating the 66 Chevy Super Sport. Team Posey, they're in the rookie division. The first time ever they decided they were going to take the car and run it cross country, leave Florida, head all the way to Colorado. They got some ace stickers on here this week as rookies, which is pretty impressive. So good job. One more full day left. Head on in there and get your lunch. Still smiling, couple, husband and wife. We've got Team 83 and a 62 MGA, husband and wife, Gary and Terry Jones from Bedford, New Hampshire. Gary's driving, Terry's navigating. They're in the rookie division, their first time great race. Welcome to Colorado, y'all. We teased them, I'm not sure. That may be all her luggage. He's just wearing what he's got. Hello, how are you? This is a husband and wife team, 1959 MGA. I don't know if you MGs met out of town and had a little thing going or what, but this is Lisa Valentine from Cornwall on Hudson, New York. And Peter driving, he's from Cornwall on Hudson, New York. And Peter's retired police officer for 34 years. And they're in the rookie division. Some Cheeky Monkeys is what their team name is. So head on in there. Today I'll say that. We need to start a game made out of that or something. But this is Ken Curry. Ken with the awesome hat from White Plains, New York. He's driving. Lauren States from White Plains, New York is navigating 65 Ford Ranchero Deluxe. Their team name is Altered States. They're in their 6th great race together as husband and wife in the sportsman division. So y'all can head on in there, get your lunch. Thank you, Ken. They were telling us at the beginning of the race, we were talking about a little bit over there in the corner, were you? Always. Okay, well, good. That's Olivia Gadjo from Skinny Atlas, New York, is driving. We've got Noah Jackson from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, navigating. Kinsey in the back. Kinsey Wilson from Mansfield, Texas, back there. And they're in the X-Cup division from RPM Foundation. So head on up there, get your lunch. And I'm saying it, Noah. Noah, I'm saying This car sat in a field for 17 years, rusting away until they brought it back and restored it. And now it's beautiful, running, hitting a lick. Roy Lloyd from Lubbock, Texas is driving. Wayne Clatt from Wheatland, Wyoming's navigating. They're in the rookie division, and almost all original, except for that pretty pearl paint on there. Welcome to Colorado. Head on up all the way through there, kids. All right, that's exactly what they have done. Bob Whitney from Irving, Texas is driving. That's Grandpa. Weston and Sam are in there helping navigate in a 1970s Toyota FJ40 Land Cruiser. They are in the X Cup division. It's the Tijuana Taxi. They had some family show up last night, so rooting them on. They have had some problems with that truck with the brakes this week. They've got it up and running. I wouldn't stand in front of it just in case, but they've got it up. Amazing memories on the great race. Team 99, Diana Pusey from St. Augustine, Florida is driving. Steve Pusey from St. Augustine, Florida is navigating in a 68 Ford Mustang. They're in the expert division and second owners of this car, and they've been racing together. Is it 16 years? Is that give or take? Close enough. Today it seems like 40, but they are here. Welcome to Colorado. Head on up there, get your lunch, get out of that car, take a breath. Beautiful Ford pickup truck rolling around the corner. The Queen of the Desert 51 Ford pickup. Muhammad Kalpa Khalsa from Asheville, North Carolina is driving. Sheer Snow, his beautiful navigator over there, is from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. She's navigating. And they're in the sportsman division. This is the third race for this team. Head on in there. Welcome. They got some awesome story. They just love having fun. They're friends, family members that travel along in a truck and a trailer. They're on the interstate or off-road somewhere. They're not allowed to go the route the drivers go. Here's some Buckeye boys right here. Rick Green from Tiffin, Ohio is driving. Andrew Green from Elyria, Ohio is navigating. 1929 Ford together to root these cars on, and maybe even an occasional Let's Go Brandon shirt. But a lot of hope for the country that you wouldn't get by on TV. So this right here, speaking of hope, Team 69 in a 69 Porsche 912 named Charlie. This is Stephen and Julie Martin from New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Awesome story for this little car. Do the race. I'm pretty sure there's a reason they bought that and not a bus, because they get to drive to the race without the children, race without the children, drive home without the children, and then they go back to the children. So they figured out how husband and wife can have a vacation together. Hey, Lauren, how you doing? So this is Lauren Hill. He's from Waddington, New York. He's driving a 40 Indian 440 motorcycle, four-cylinder motorcycle in the rookie division, and beautifully wrapped motorcycle, awesome. And Lauren's doing it all. He's got this little roller map here. He's been coming in. He's been chilling all week long, navigating, driving. I don't know how you're doing it, brother. But head in there and get off that bike. Get your britches cooled off. All right, this team right here, this is our Murfreesboro. Decided he had a brainstorm and decided he's the president of the local AACA club there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And they were trying to figure out how to get kids involved, and so the kids were volunteering, and they came and they got to talking, and they decided we were going to start a club at school. Well, the AACA club decided they wanted to buy a car for the club, so they bought this 53 Pontiac Chieftain, and it wasn't a short time after that we ended up in this race thinking it was a tour across the country, and found out really Carson Bird, Annie Holland, all in there in that 53 Pontiac Chieftain in the X Cup from Murfreesboro. Hey, Mom and Dad. This is Tim and Marlene Mangan from Bend, Oregon. Tim's driving, Marlene is navigating in a 62 Corvette in the sportsman division, and they're in their 7th race together. It's a great family right there, the Mangans from Oregon. They have their kids with them, and every now and then the kids steal the keys before they get out of the hotel, and they'll be in the car. So, in a 73 BMW 2002, Team 93, Craig Emmonson from Eden Prairie, Minnesota is driving. Jeff Mitchke from Hopkins, Minnesota is navigating in the sportsman division. They're in their 2nd race together. Last year they came in 3rd in the rookie class, so they know how to do it. So head on in here, fellas, get your lunch. Little BMW, born to race. This car right here, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to want to pay attention. This isn't your normal everyday fastback Mustang. This is Team 117 in a 66 Shelby GT 350H. So this car was born, this is Carl and Joan Eiselband, by the way, from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. When this car was born, it was a Hertz rental car at JFK Airport. You could rent it for 17 cents a day. You could take off in this car, tool around, bring it back, trash it, do whatever. Rental car. It then went to be a drag race car, then a road racer. They bought it, fixed it back up, put it in 133 rolling in. This is Randall Hendricks from Ormond Beach, Florida. Todd Hendricks from Ormond Beach, Florida is navigating in a 67 Corvette Coupe, 327 4-speed in the Sportsman division for the third great race together. I like your tattoos you got on the trip. Y'all can head on in there. Team 127, Sean Gilligan from Killingly, Connecticut's driving. Brendan Gilligan from Killingly, Connecticut's navigating in a 66 Ford Mustang Fastback. Another one of those Fastbacks, super rare car. They're in the rookie division, first time in the race, almost done. You're almost there. All the troubles have been worth it. Father and son team. They followed us around last year, decided they wanted to do it. Here they are this year, all the way to Colorado. 1 day left, 1 full day left. Is Dad listening to you? Doing all right? Pretty good, pretty good. Good job, Dad. Head on in there. They got it to Bowling Green, rebuilt the motor overnight. Brakes work, and got that car back in, and we finished the race in second place that year of the X Cup division. This is Team 81 in a 65 Ford Thunderbird. Father Jerry McGain from Eagle River, Wisconsin, and Eric McGain from Marion, Iowa are navigating. He's navigating. They're in the rookie division, their first ever. Sweet Thunderbird, by the way. Kind of imbits on the outside. They put the top up. This is Maine coming in right here. Peter Brown from Freeport and Susan Norse, his lovely wife from Freeport, and a 30 Ford Boat Tail Speedster. I joke that this is the car that you wax in the front and put pledge on the back because it is a beautiful piece of woodwork. Head on in there, y'all. This is Susan's a retired police chief out of Freeport, and she's got a siren on there that sometimes isn't working, but she won't let Peter touch it because he wasn't the police, she told me. So he's allowed to play with the horns, but he can't play with the siren. Mike Goodis from Vienna, Virginia is driving. We've got, this is a Rick Castaldo car. Rick's in here 1 day. Terry Boyer from Florida, all right. And we've also got Stratos Bandros. Stratos actually flew in from Thessalonica, Greece to be in this race. So he gets to tour the country around. He got to experience what southern humidity was, and now he's coming in to Colorado to see the crystal blue skies and the wonderful towns. So y'all can head on in there. That's a 54 Chevy Bel Air convertible. Original paint on that car. Original car. A Survivor. Hopping on in here, this is a 33 Ford Model B pickup truck. Jeff from Beecher, Illinois is driving. His son, Eric, from Beecher, Illinois, navigating. And they're in the Grand Champion Division in 2018. They won it all from Buffalo, New York to Halifax, Nova Scotia. They are part of the Fredette Racing team. Frank Westfall from Syracuse, New York is driving a 24 Henderson motorcycle. He's in the Sportsman Division. He's was the last motorcyclist to ride in the Great Race back in the 80s. 98? Oh, my story was so much better in the 80s, but back in okay, I hadn't factored in the thought that it was about your age. I was thinking just about the fact you'd done it. But 98, he was the last one to ride a motorcycle in the race. It's been since then, since we had him back. 3 this year. Frank was having a little problem with the bike, with the fuel overnight yesterday, coming in a little gassy, I guess you'd say. Had too much vapor in the gas, vapor lock, but he's got it back running cool today. So head on in there, get your lunch. These motors, and put a car in. I'd love to see one coming from your neighborhood, especially an X-Cup team. This is Team 59. Jim Shelley from Naples, Florida is driving. Tom Cusera from Omaha, Nebraska is navigating in a 39 Buick 41C. They're in the Expert Division. You can head on up there. This is Tom's 30th race And think of that, 30 years of racing. And then let's talk about this car. So this car is all original. They are from California, the first time ever from the auto class graduates from Alhambra High School. They got together and got this car. Whose car is this, by the way? The Cobra Experience Museum just decided, hey, we got a few high school kids here. Let's just throw them the keys to our museum mock car and just head out in this mock Mustang cross country. How does that happen? I would have died to drive one of these cross country. I wouldn't have even imagined just to get in it and drive it. And these kids get to drive this car cross country. So this is Brian Wheeler, Jacob Bauer, Riley Kolb, Ethan McCon, Evan Word, Jacob Exline, Landon Bricado, all part of this team. Not all in this car. They'd have to have a bus, but they're represented. They all swap out throughout the day or throughout each day in this 69 Ford Mustang Mach 1. They're in the X Cup team. Head on up there, get your lunch. I know you're hungry. But just imagine, here, you're touring the on a 50-mile transit. I'll get there in just a second. Team 110, Tom Gray from Louisville, Kentucky's driving. Vince Mattingly from Louisville, Kentucky's navigating. 73 Volvo P 1800 ES wagon. Team Shake and Bake in their second race. They drove this car to and from the start. Going to drive it home. Sweet little car. You know if you got your luggage because you can see it all back there. Across the plains of Colorado. Jim Pohl from San Francisco, California's driving. Joyce Mordenti from San Francisco's navigating. A 53 Sunbeam Alpine. And we decided early on, they're pulling about 85 horsepower in this car. And they have been tearing it up, doing a great job. Head on in there, smiling all the way. Got their safety harnesses in there. He starts about 2 to 3 miles outside of where that's at, where they stopped, and usually on rural roads out in the middle of the country where they can't get interrupted as much by traffic. Team 29 right here, Brent Aiken from Zephyr Cove, Nevada is driving. Ken Spencer from Lincoln, California is navigating. This is a 53 MG TD competition edition, and they're in the sportsman division, and you all can head on in there while I talk about you behind your back. I have every day. That was Brent's mom's car. She was the second owner of that car back in the day. Brent learned to, or his mom, Peggy, the second owner of that car, is 92 years old now. She's going to meet us in Colorado Springs tomorrow to drive that car, or to navigate that car across the finish line. So family heritage there that's going to happen. And ladies and gentlemen, I know in Colorado your farm trucks aren't this shiny. This is a Pennsylvania farm truck. A 1965 F-350. John Wells from Jacksonville, Florida is driving. Charles Sharon from Mableton, Georgia is navigating. They're in the rookie class in the shiniest work truck I've ever seen. Flying the nation's colors. Head on in there, fellas. They're in the rookie class, first ever. They almost didn't make the race. They were on the waiting list, and one of the teams backed out last minute. From Port Orange, Florida is driving. Rob Romer from Dudley, Massachusetts is navigating a 63 Corvette convertible. They're in the sportsman division, their fourth great race together. And 2019, they got together, did this for the first time. They won the rookie class, came back. They got aces all over the place. They had a pile of aces last night coming in. So these guys are really busting it, trying to get out of that sportsman class to win, to get into the expert division. I don't know that they want to, but they're in the great race. But this is Charles Harris from Newcastle, Maine, Phil Reinhart from Tennant's Harbor, Maine, and they're in this car. This is a replica of a 31 Indy 500 car. Head on in there, get your lunch. A car that was exactly like that car, raced in 1931 in the Indy 500. Now imagine this. The car at the time, and that was when the Indy 500 track was still all brick, by the way. It wasn't just a mile, it was brick. It was, the whole thing was brick. I guess it is the brick mile. They that car would have went, it time trialed at 106 miles an hour. Can you imagine going 106 miles an hour in that big old Indy car? Team 42, Welcome to Colorado. We're glad you're here too, Charles. Charles Harrells from Newcastle, Maine is driving. Wait, that's wrong car. Here we go. Here we go. Mike. I got you, Mike. Mike Berry from Dallas, Texas is driving. Bree Cole. I knew when I saw over there that Bree was in there. That what something was going right really quick. Bree Cole from Locarno, France. He couldn't find a navigator around here and decided he was going to go over the ocean and find one. She talks a little funny, but y'all figured it out how to get here. So Bree Cole from Locarno, France, over there navigating in the 66 Pontiac GTO, 389 automatic. Head on in there, go get your lunch. They're in the rookie division, and this car, and then I think we're about done. When the sweeper truck shows up, that tells us we're at the end of the line. Hey, y'all head on up there and get your lunch. This is Team 130. Ellen Austin is driving from Percival, Virginia. Her husband, Steve, is... All right, Team 71, let's get them in here. By the way, that Team 130, that's in a 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS in the Sportsman division, their second race together. Team 71, Bruce Lefevre from Windsor, Connecticut. Guy Matran from South Windsor, Connecticut is navigating. Bruce, I'll have you say that again. What about your day so far?
We had such fun.
When you're sliding in late to lunch, you know they're stressing. This is a 48 Ford Super Deluxe Coupe in the Sportsman division.